Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm excited because I get to plant my fall garden today. We're gonna start some seeds. I don't really know exactly how many seeds I'm gonna start, but we're gonna start some seeds today. So I know I'm starting my Alabama blue collards. I'm not gonna start any onions today. I'm gonna start my top chop collards. I'm gonna start my Georgia Southern Creole collards. Let's see, what else I got in here? That's onions. Not starting the onions. None of the onions getting started today, but they're getting started soon though. All right, I'm gonna start some broccoli today. Purple Magic and Imperial. They getting started today. I gotta start, that's onions, some more onions. I gotta start these beans today because these beans are not winter crops, okay? So these beans are gonna have to mature out before my first frost. So I got just enough time to squeak them in. I'm gonna plant the beans in these Bootstrap Farmer 4 cells. The collards and the broccoli going in the Bootstrap Farmer, I think these are 72 cell trays. I think they're 12 by 5 or 12 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 12 by 6. How many is that? 70, 74? 72. Okay, 72. I'm gonna start some Cherokee lettuce today. I'm gonna start some cabbage today. And I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna start some kale. I think I'm gonna start some kale today too. I'm gonna go ahead and start some kale. I was also thinking about starting some beets today, but I really just don't want no beets. So I'm not gonna waste no space on growing beets this fall. I'm gonna let them ride out right like that. I got my fan over here too. So I'm all in my battle uniform today because these daggone mosquitoes and no-see-ums, they ain't no joke. So I got the fan on here to keep mosquitoes and stuff off of my legs. And then these right here keep everything off of my arms. And we in business. And the good thing about these gloves is I'm pretty sure that I should be able to plant this stuff with these gloves on because they're really like, they're almost like your hands. You know, they're not cumbersome on your hands. So let me move my onions out of the way because I'm not growing them today, or I'm not planting those today. I don't know if y'all can see here, but those are my shishito peppers. It looks like I might be putting those in grow bags here soon. I got to get some more soil for my grow bags. I'm not going to use my potting mix in the grow bags, but I'm gonna get those up potted into grow bags here soon, and they're gonna be off to the races here in a little bit. I just feel it. I know they are. So I'm gonna start. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna start with these right here. Let me. I got some that I already done cleaned off. Let me go get those. I'll be right back. All right. So I don't know where I'm gonna put these beans at. I might, you know what I might do? I got some more of this Hortonova trellis, and I might, where I had the tomatoes at, make a row right down through there since I already got T-posts over there, and do them right over there. Bam, that's what I'm gonna do. So I can do, because I'm only growing these really for seed. I'm not growing them to really eat them this fall, because I won't be able to grow enough for that. Next spring, I'm gonna plant these and I'm gonna dedicate a whole row to each one, and I should be able to can up some and whatnot. All right, let me fill this up. So I'm probably just gonna do 4 of each. Let me get one more. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do 3 of those. No. I'm gonna do 1 of each. Yep, I'll do it like that. Okay, so we're gonna get some beans over here. I'm gonna get dirty today, but that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So in the comments below, y'all let me know. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. Y'all let me know if y'all already started your fall seeds yet. I know y'all up north. See, so this is where it's backwards, because the up north, we're ahead of y'all in the spring, and in the fall, y'all are ahead of us planting out y'all stuff. So I guess it kind of evens out. And if you're wondering, this right here is called perlite. I like to cover my seeds with perlite for several different reasons. One, it holds in the moisture really, really well. And number 2, it's cheaper than my seed starting mix. And so I save a little money by using perlite on the top rather than using my seed starting mix. Every little bit helps. Now, these look weird. So these right here are contender beans. I've never grown contender beans. These are the beans that Survival Garden Seeds sent me. And I don't think I've grown any of these before. So this one right here is called Henderson Lima bean, or as we say down here in the South, they butter beans. So those are Henderson. And then these right here are contender. And now I've heard of these right here before. They are Kentucky Wonder pole beans. I've heard of them. I've never grown them. So we're going to see how well they do. And with this perlite, you don't need a whole lot, just enough to cover it. Let's see. Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Let me see what they look like. Okay. All of these beans are real brown. No, that first one That Henderson is a white. It looked like a white bean. All right, now I don't want to drop none. There we go. Also, let me know in the comments what y'all plan on planting for this fall, if you're doing a fall garden. If you've never done a fall garden before, I highly recommend it. I know it's, after the summer, it's been a brutal, brutal summer and you just tired of it, I'll tell you, hey, if you're tired of it, rip out that summer garden and just plant you a small fall garden. It don't have to be nothing fancy. Just plant you a few plants, some collards like me, and I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it a little bit better than having a summer garden. Okay, so now I got collards. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do collards. I know I'm doing collards back there for the chickens. So I need a whole lot of collards, a whole lot of kale. I'm gonna put beans back here. I might do 3 rows of beans. Because I had 3 rows of determinate tomatoes back there. So I might do all those rows in beans. And then I got 1, 2, well, I got 1 with okra in it. So I'm not going to be able to put anything in that okra bed until late. Oh, I got these, this cover crop one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got six rows, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That don't add up, but I can put the what you call it, the lettuce can go anywhere. I can actually interplant that with something else. I think I'm gonna go collards up here in the front. But I got 4 types of collards I want to plant. See, this is how I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out. I got this row right here. 1, 2, 3. I got a row of flowers that they ain't done nothing, so I can pull them up. So I could do 4 rows right here of all collards. Bam, that's 4 rows. And then I got these 3 rows where I can do cabbage in one, broccoli in one, and kale in another one. Because I can do kale, I can do 3 rows of kale in a bed, in one of these beds. I can do 3 rows of kale. I could do 2 rows of broccoli in each row. And I can do 1 cabbage in a row. Hey, that's gonna work right there. So for the for the collards, I could do maybe 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shoot, I might be able to do it like that. Because I only need, back here, I only need that. So I'm going to do rows like this. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do 2, 2, 2. 2, or maybe 1, 1. Yeah, 1 and 1, and then 1 right there. So all I need is 1 tray, and then I still got some lettuce. I don't know. Let me figure that out. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I think I done figured it out, what I want to do. So I'm not going to try to stuff all of this into 1 tray. I'm just going to plant a little bit extra, and then that way I'll be able to pick the best seedlings anyway. And then anything that's overflow, I'll put back there in the Ura garden for the chickens. I think that's a good plan. Nothing goes to waste. What y'all think about that? That work? Yeah, it worked. Oh man. So we know what I'm gonna plant. Oh man, look at that. I done got water all up on my seed. Look at you. All willy-nilly. I have to dry these jokers off. Man, it's supposed to be 100 seeds. Where did all the seeds go? Did I drop the seeds? Oh man, yeah, the seeds over here. Good Lord. I done dropped the seeds out of here. I almost lost 100 seeds right there. Man. Over here messing up the church's money. So what I do is I take this little stick right here, I wet the end of it down, and I just plant 1 seed in every hole. Well, on every tray, I should say. Every cell of the tray. Let me get it right. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Sometimes I put 2 in there, but it's all right. So I had something I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I figured that while I'm sitting here putting these seeds in, it might be the best time. Man, I don't want to put that back in there. Y'all hold on a second. I gotta figure out something for these. These jokers is wet. All right, I'm gonna do this one right here next. Let me man, I mean, all right, so I went ahead and put those in the greenhouse so they can dry out. And then I think I'm gonna do the same to these right here. Let me get a little bit out here on my hand. There we go. I think that's about all I need. Try to do one per. But like I said, if I get two, that's all right. So, I said I had something I want to talk to y'all about. And it's something that I think that most people don't think about. And wanted to kind of give you a behind the scenes on farmers markets. You know, because everybody likes to say, I went to the farmers market and got such and such and got such and such. But have you ever thought to ask where the stuff from the farmers market come from? Because not everybody, because you know, most people won't advertise it, and I understand it. You know, they're not gonna advertise that they didn't grow it or whatever. You know, that's not good for business. But it's a reality, and I'm not saying everybody. Some people, let's say me. Let's say if I was going to sell at a farmer's market, I'm going to do one of two things. Number one, is everything I sell at the farmer's market is going to be grown right here. Right here. You know what I'm saying? But think about this. Let's say I don't have honeybees, right? But there's a demand for honeybees. I mean, for honey. So what do I do? How do I fill that demand but remain ethical? Well, for me, I think that I'm going to promote whoever I got that honey from. So if I get that honey from my neighbor's homestead, or you know, the farm down the road here that has honeybees, I'm gonna promote that, you know, that farm or that homestead. Now, let's say that I put my brand on it, because I buy it from them, so I can do whatever I want to with it, right? And I can resell it. So let's say I buy it from them in bulk and I resell it at retail. Perfectly fine. It happens all the time at farmers markets, okay? All the time. But what doesn't happen is you show up and there's a sign there that says grown or honeybees raised at such and such farm. It just has your name on, or their name on it, and you know, whatnot. And you feel like, because you don't ask, you feel like, man, they got honeybees, and that's where this honey came from. When they're just the middleman. Now that's how commerce works, okay? For somebody like myself who's been in commerce for the better part of my life, because in the military I did logistics and whatnot, and so I kind of know how the commerce thing works. And a lot of times the person who's selling it is not the person who produces it. That just makes sense, right? But we don't think that way when we think about farmers markets, and we need to, because that shiny red apple that you see there may have been grown in Washington State, but you think it's local because a local person is selling it at their farmers market, you know? I bring this up because, I mean, having been in this arena, I have seen it firsthand. You show up and you look around, and they're like, yeah, we have a farmer's market every Saturday, let's say, right? And you're sitting there and you look around and you you're trying to ask yourself, where in the world is the produce at? Because you don't see nothing growing. and so you ask about it, and they say, oh yeah, we have local growers who grow for us, and we sell it here. And that's how it's marketed. It's marketed as we have local growers, and it's just sold at that farmer's market. Local growers are never identified for whatever reason. And so the first day that you go to get ready for the farmer's market, you drive to a bigger farmer's market and buy all the produce that's being sold in your farmer's market. I wouldn't tell you if it weren't true. It happens, y'all. It definitely happens. And I just wanted to, have that conversation to let y'all know that sometimes you need to do some research on the farmer's market, and don't just take their word for whether or not they grew the vegetable. Ask them for a tour. Ask them if they do tours at their farm, or ask them engaging questions like, what's their process, that kind of thing. If you notice that they're stumbling up a little bit and they can't really give you an answer, there may be a reason why. But some of them, I tell you, some of them are daggone snake oil salesmen. And they will tell you, they will do a word salad and have you thinking, man, I mean, they said all them big words, so they must know what they're talking about. And in actuality, they do know what they're talking about, but it's deception, and it's unethical, in my opinion. I don't know why anyone would ever do that, but it does happen. And that's not to say, now, like I said, that's not to say that that everybody is that way, and everybody's not that way. And I just want to make that clear. Everybody is not that way. I've worked at a market farm that everything is above board. Everything that comes out of that place is grown right there on the spot. And if let's say they have an event or something, because even as an entrepreneur myself, let's say I was growing something that they didn't have, they would purchase it from me, and they wouldn't sell it though as if it was theirs. They would sell it saying, hey, such and such in the local community, we bought this from them, and that's where it came from. And to me, I think that's the only way to be above board. That's the only way to do it. So I've worked at both ends of the spectrum. And it's not something that definitely I would like to put my name on when people are doing deceitful stuff. But anyway, just wanted to have that farmer's market talk with you, because most of y'all just never gonna hear that. You know, you go to the farmer's market, you think you're doing something good, and you are. You are stimulating the local economy, whether or not whether or not that person is being ethical or not. You are still stimulating your local economy. So it's not all bad. But yeah, what I like to do when I go to the farmer's market, especially if it's not an on-site farmer's market, because some people will tell you, yeah, I get mine from such and such place, you know, and whatever, and I resell it, and they're just upfront about it. But some people just won't, you know, and that's the world we live in. But what I like to do when I go to the farmers markets is I ask them, hey, you know, did you grow this? You know, okay, yeah. I ask them a few probing questions or whatnot, you know, and I show interest in their farm, and then I ask them. I say, hey, you got pictures, you know, and if they say no, that they don't have pictures, I start to wonder, because I'm going to tell y'all. Hold on. I need me another stick. I probably have, well, I know I have over 60,000 photos on my phone, and I'd say the vast majority of those are my garden. So if for some reason they say no, I don't have any pictures, that's a red flag for me. And it's not to say that if they do have pictures, that they are their pictures, you know. But I don't know. That kind of eases my my little radar a little bit when they got pictures and they can show me pictures, because who doesn't want to show pictures of their garden? I mean, are you even a gardener if you don't take pictures of it? And I ask them for their social media handles. Now you got to watch the social media too, because sometimes that can be deceiving, because they'll have all these beautiful, nice pictures and all these fancy words, and behind the scenes, you know, I mean, like on my videos, y'all can see, like, there's nothing. I'm not. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh man. But y'all can see there's no tight angles all the time, so you can't see what my property looks like or whatnot. You see what I see. But a lot of social media stuff can be skewed. And hold on, where did that go? So this one go down here. Okay. And what I mean by skewed is, you know, they take tight in photos all the time, and you don't get to see the big picture. It's the magic of the camera. We have that same issue with YouTube as well. I I see a lot of channels. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I see a lot of channels that, I mean, they have these immaculate gardens, you know? And I'm not saying that somebody can't have an immaculate garden. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is this is my only job. This is all I do. And I love it. I love doing it. And my gardens ain't immaculate. I know a lot of people, they put on a show, and this is a production for them. It's not really real life. They have landscapers and stuff, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having landscapers. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having money and being able to do fancy things and get big equipment and all that. That's not what this message is. But it's when you try to defraud. Is it defraud? Defraud. Yeah. When you try to defraud your viewers into thinking that you do that, that you are the person who's taking care of that stuff every day, day in and day out, that's when it gets, you know what I'm saying? That's when it gets into that area where I'm like, man, I don't like that. It's like, just be real. Now, granted, let's say I had that kind of money, right? And let's say I had, you know, money that I could have people over here every week cleaning up and pulling weeds and landscaping and all that good stuff. Would it make for a better product? Absolutely it would. We'd all be watching it, right? But I personally, the way that I would frame that, and you may lose context with some people, because some people probably wouldn't like this aspect of it, but I would tell people, you know, that that's what goes on. I would record it. I would ask the landscapers, hey, you mind if I record y'all doing whatever, you know? And that way people know what it takes to be able to perform on that level, because it's just like anything on social media. You trying to keep up with the Joneses, but nowadays keeping up with the Joneses ain't what it used to be in the 70s and 80s, you know? Keeping up with the Joneses nowadays is unrealistic, because at least keeping up with the Joneses, it was something attainable. It was something that the Joneses did to be at that level. They weren't trying to, you know, to be like, you know, hey, it's so easy and this and that. They worked hard for it, more than likely, and they got, you know, they got what they got. But nowadays, you try to keep up with the Joneses, and you're like, how in the world are they doing this? It is impossible. So, yeah. Well, first of all, don't try to keep up with the Joneses, okay? Just be 1% better today than you were yesterday. I always say that. Compete against yourself. You know, there's these bigger channels and stuff. I don't compete against other channels. I uplift other channels. I don't care if that channel has 50 subscribers or 50 million subscribers. If I watch their channel, I'm going to promote their channel. That's just how I am. That's just, I had this kind of, you know, had this conversation with another channel member or another creator the other day, and they're the same way, you know, and it's those kinds of channels that I support, and I will drop their names all the time, because that's what it's all about, being a community, and just looking out for each other. It's not a competition against each other. We're all here to help each other. There's enough pieces of the pie for everybody. And that's, I think if we had a little bit more of that in the world, man, y'all might have me running for office one day. Psych. All right, what I got left? I got 3 more, and then that'll be it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I don't want to use up this. But you know what? Let me fill out these real quick. And I got these little tags from Bootstrap Farmer as well. But yeah, you know, I figured I'd sit here and have a conversation with you guys today, man. We don't sit and talk like we used to. I hope y'all don't mind. I'll try not to. Oh, excuse me. I'll try not to make this video too terribly long. As a matter of fact, that's probably all I'm going to plant today. I still got some kale and 2 collards to plant, but I still waiting on some lettuce. But I'm still waiting on some stuff to come in the mail anyway. So what I will do is I will pick this back up when I have the rest of my seeds ready, and then that'll be part 2 of this video. So I'm gonna end this video right now, so it's not too crazy long. And when I get my House Garden Club box in, I'm gonna pick up part 2 of this video, and we'll finish planting out my fall garden. I'll talk about the House Garden Club box a little bit, and hey, I'll be ready for fall. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Sorry I got a little long-winded, but it's good to have company here with me while I was putting these seeds in. And yeah, I don't know. I felt a little connection on this video, so I hope it resonates with you guys. And I hope I gave you a little bit of the tea when it comes to farmers markets, because you know, 90% of them, 90% of the people that are the vendors there, great people. Great, great, great. But it's always that 10% that gives everybody a bad name. So keep going to the farmers markets, keep supporting local. But hey, don't don't feel bad or don't feel ashamed to ask a few questions, you know, and kind of feel it out a little bit, and see if they're really true to what they're doing, or if there might be some shady stuff behind the scenes. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care now.